Well, here we are, 6 o'clock on the 12th, and here's the tail of the rain. We finally had some decent rain. There's 3.5 inches of rain in that gauge. You can see it wiggling around in there. And that really made a difference. And the reason I'm here this early in the morning, it's dead calm. Grass is soaking wet. But I had some velvet leaf and water hemp germinate with that rain also. So I'm going to go up and get the old man style of the hoe, strong back and strong hands, and kick its ass. It's just sort of like if I was going to Washington, D.C., I'm going to eradicate the weeds. In that case, I'd be going to eradicate the deadbeat, give me something for free Democrats that have no leadership skills whatsoever. None of them have any leadership skills. And it's pathetic, and I might have to dump Trump, because all that's going to be is an argument over and over and over again, and I'm not into that. It's just time for change, and so let's get on with getting the weeds out of here. It's 100% humidity, and you can see how wet it is while I walked in the grass. It's just like it's rained. Here we are, up top. Beans looking good, but there, some of that water hemp, this stuff, I don't know where it came from. I know where it came from. It came out of the dirt, but it didn't germinate until it rained. But all in all, the bean field is looking great, but we're going to get all these weeds out of here, and we got to start right now. That's what you want to do. You want to start early. The ground's soft. These weeds will come out. I could put a backpack sprayer on and walk around and hit them with herbicide, but I'm trying to show the guy how you can do it manually and how they used to do it without putting all the herbicide on. But you want bright gloves so you can find them, and make sure your tools, you highlight them in orange paint, because if you drop them in that green, you're going to have a hard time. So let's get to hoeing beans. Get these glasses off. Don't need them right now anyway, so I'll leave them on the camera. I just let you see how fast you can take those weeds out with a razor sharp hoe. And I forgot one thing. I got to run back down and get my scraper to keep that mud scraped off of there. So we're really going to town. Yeah, you notice it doesn't take too long to hoe them weeds out if you got the willpower. I'd have to set the sprayer up, and I got problems with it right now, so I'll use my energy, what I got, to hoe these out, and then we'll go from there. But it's dead calm out. You can see the weeds that we've already got out. We'll bring it up here. It doesn't take long if you have the willpower and the American-made blood in you. That's what made this country, was hard work. And my grandma, she's right alongside me right now with her hoe. And we're going to go down to there. You can see those weeds in there. And when we get done, in a short time there won't be no weeds in there. So, now you can see up close and personal where we cut those weeds out, and it went pretty fast. I'll put the camera down. It's so hard to try to keep this camera stuff running and working at the same time, but I've seen videos on YouTube channel where guys stand in front of blackboards for an hour and run their lower lip, and just in case you didn't know it, your lower lip jaw is the one that moves, the upper one stationary. But they'll do that for an hour in front of a blackboard. But if you're not asleep by then, you're pretty entranced. But you gotta get out and show the people real-time footage. Well, now we're at the other end of the field, and I want to do a quick walkabout. You notice we hit this with Roundup, 98% glyphosate, and crop oil. Has no grasses in it, but did have some broadleaf issues. But it's canopying over, which will smother them weeds out if we get them cut off before they grow anymore. Let's get back at what we're doing. You can really see the benefits somewhat of my double rolling. You can see the benefits. They grew in there pretty tight. So let's get to hoeing. And there's places where there's no weeds at all, and but like I said, I wanted to be careful because I want to plant forage oats and a cover crop in between these beans. And if you get too high of a herbicide on it, too high a rate, it'll stay in the ground, carry over, and your oats won't germinate. So just make sure you got plenty of liquid with you, and try to get it done before the sun gets on the field. Humidity is 98% right now. You can see it hanging in the air. Go time. And this putty knife is a must. It keeps that buildup of mud off of your hoe so it'll penetrate, because it'll get on there. And the dirt's soft, the weeds are coming out real easy. You can get them real deep, but you better have a putty knife with you. And make sure you paint your handles of your forage tillage equipment. So if I throw it out there in that field out there, I can still see it. It's hard to see, but I can see it. It's blowing. It's laying right here. Had that been a brown handled tool, you probably wouldn't have seen it. So I better get, that's why I sort of don't like videotaping, because it takes so much time, work time away from you. So back at it. Well, we're moving right along, and you can see the sun's encroaching, so you want to get as much done while you can. So I'm going to put the camera up for now, and we're going to go down through these rows. But it's really important to make sure you drink something that rehydrates you. And this orange Gatorade's great because it's orange. The green you'd probably lose in the field. And this isn't any new to this cowboy at 73. Because at 13 years old I was in Fern Downard's garden, soaking wet, pulling weeds, working for the local farmers, cutting corn, whatever. And I'm 73 now. And that's why I don't like people like that phony fake John Wayne trying to act like a badass. I don't think that son of a bitch ever worked a day in his life and wanted to play like he was a cowboy, or tough, saddle up, pilgrims, and all that garbage. Now, this is the real deal, the non-typical. And I'll tell you what, there's few of me left on this earth. But, you know, I'll get to work and quit running my mouth. But I'll tell you what, I can put this where my mouth is too. So, but what gets me is I'm just trying to say, this was a lifestyle that I grew up in, and I'm still doing it at 73 years old. It's not fake on the end of that hoe handle. And nobody wrote the script for you to try to make you 6 foot tall and try to make you 10 foot tall and intimidate your fellow men. That's not what this is about. This is about to encourage you, to get you up, get you motivated, and get you going and showing you the results, not downplaying it. But I do downplay some things when people get on a blackboard and all they want to do is talk in front of a blackboard. Get out in the field, and that's more interesting. I got to get back at it. That's good. But there's 600 acres of beans behind this field, so that gives the deer a whole lot of free roaming, plus a whole lot of free grazing. Because you want to make sure you have plenty of beans, because if you don't have them, they'll be cropped off in no time. There it is, 9/11. And as you can see, the sun's on the whole bean field now, and we got the weeds out, and with that much moisture, those beans ought to really take off and canopy over. But you got to start early. It's only going to get hotter. Like I said, the humidity this morning was 90 some, might as well have been 100%. And but we got it knocked out. And you've got to really get with the program. You can't stand around and make excuses. Let's walk over here and look at this corn. Oh, we got a minute. The cattle, I remember, really got in here pretty good. I haven't looked at it. This will be the first observation of it, because it looked pretty bad, as you've seen right after the cattle left it. But it's starting to tassel, and where that corn got ate off, it grew back. It just didn't grow back as good. But I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be too long before it's tasseling out. It's and pretty weed free. But as you can see, I'll get around here the camera. It's over my head high, and this is the 13th of July, and it did really damn good. The Cobb brand, and as I walk down through these rows, I sprayed it, and it's virtually weed free. You know, it was having a tough time with the cattle grazing on it, and it couldn't get canopied over. But now that it's got canopied over, the weed crop will not be a problem. It, like I said, that's the height of my hand, and the corn's taller than that. And it was browsed on pretty heavy with them cattle. But, so it came out pretty damn good, as far as I'm concerned. Now, if it tassels out and makes corn, that'll even be better, but it was in a drought too, so we're just lucky to have what we got. Some people, my heart goes out to them that are being flooded out east, down south. It's just extraordinary. All right, that's it from the non-typical. We'll walk over here one more look at the hoed bean field, and yeah, it looks pretty damn good. And I didn't have any blackboard time standing like I say, I can't believe some people actually try to make videos with all they have to offer you is a blackboard. This is real time, real deal. You can't hide your mistakes. So that's it from the non-typical on the 13th of July.